Good morning, all of you. Myself, Dr. Shobha Singh, and the topic of today's lecture is Policies of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. In the last lecture, you studied about the first policy of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and that is transfer of capital. Now, today, we will study his next two policies. In this, the second is introduction of token currency. Another step which Muhammad bin Tughlaq took at this time was the introduction of token currency. Since money is merely a medium of exchange, all countries in the world today have token currencies, generally paper currency, so that they do not have to depend upon the supply of gold and silver. There was a shortage of silver in the world in the 14th century. Moreover, Kublai Khan of China had already successfully experimented with the token currency. A Mongol ruler of Iran, Ghazi Khan, had also experimented with it. Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to introduce a bronze coin which was to have the same value as the silver tanka. Specimens of this coin have been found in different parts of India and can be seen in museums. The idea of a token currency was a new one in India, and it was difficult to induce the traders as well as the common man to accept it. Muhammad bin Tughlaq might still have been successful if the government had been able to prevent people from forging the new coins. The government was not able to do so, and soon the new coins began to be greatly devalued in the markets. Finally, Muhammad Tughlaq decided to withdraw the token currency. He promised to exchange silver pieces for bronze coins. In this way, many people exchanged the new coins, but the forged coins which could be found out from tests were not exchanged. These coins were heaped up outside the fort, and Burney says they remained lying there for many years. His next policy is Khorasan Project. After coming back from Devgir, the Sultan recruited a large army in order to occupy Ghazni and Afghanistan. Burney says that his object was to occupy Khorasan and Iraq. We have no means of finding out the true objective of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Maybe his objective was to re-establish what has been called the scientific frontier, like the line formed by the Hind Kush and Kandhar. Many of the princes and others who had fled from Central Asia and taken shelter at the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq may have thought that it was a good opportunity to oust the Mongol from the area. After a year and following the failure of the experiment of establishing a token currency and improvement of relations with Mongols, the army was disbanded. Meanwhile, the situation in Central Asia changed rapidly. In due course, Timur united the entire area under his control and posed a fresh threat to India. In this way, this policy also failed. Thank you.